I'll do this side low end and that side high end. So first of all, not wearing any makeup, so I hope I actually upload this. I'm going to be doing a blue eye, by the way, blue smoky eye. So first of all, I actually quite like this, but not enough to really rebuy it. It's my first foray into beauty balms, so called, and this one is the Maybelline Dream Fresh, and this shade is in light. So I'll just do that. Gives really quite good coverage actually. Well, quite light coverage. And the other side, I'm going to be using Youngblood Liquid Mineral Foundation. This one's going to be a bit more full coverage, but we'll see. Yeah, a bit more. I'll just sheer it down a bit. These are both very light coverage really. With a heavy or striking blue eye, it's best to have a very natural looking base, or you do look a bit cakey. This is going to be my low end shadow, and I'm putting it on top of this, which is the Maybelline 24-hour Colour Tattoo in Turquoise Forever, and this is Delphic by MAC. And I've also got this by Estee Lauder. I think both of these are actually discontinued because you know what they're like. So I'm not sure which to use. I think I'll go for Delphic Paintpot, and I'm going to use that as my base. So it's a really nice turquoise. Slightly different shades, but I think once it's all on it should look imperceptible. Just using my finger for this. So literally just a light application. This is actually a lot more intense. Because it's a lot more intense, I'm going to, on my high end, I am actually going to use the Estee Lauder. I thought that might happen, so a bit of that on. This is really lovely. I wish they hadn't discontinued it. I'm using my high-end finger. That's more like it. Putting a bit underneath. And I'm going to put a bit of the L'Oreal underneath the other eye as well. So I'm going to use a high-end and low-end brush. My high-end is going to be Wonderful Louise Young brush. I'm not sure of the number, but I don't think she's got that many. It's the flat shader brush. And this is, I think this is low-end. It's Sonia Kashuk lay down brush. Not sure of the number, but again, probably easily identifiable. So I'm going to start off with the low end side, which is this side. So I'm just going to pile on that turquoise shade. And now I'm going to use MAC Aquadisiac for the other side, which is this shade here. Anyway, that's a tiny fraction more teal. For my blending brush, I'm using a Sigma SS, well, I think they've changed the numbers since then, but the dupe of the 217, and for my high end I'm using, I think this is high end, Makeup Designery, really good fluffy brush which I love. And I'm going to use MAC Plumage, which is a gorgeous teal. I'm just going to use the other side of the duo and hope that it looks okay. I'm going to do my low end side. And I'm going to use that on the bottom of my eye as well, using that blender brush. Just taking it up a little. And other side, using that brush and Plumage, or Plumage if you're a pleb. I don't mean that. And again on the underside of the eye. So again, even though they are different colours, I don't think you can really tell. Now for my mascara, I actually think these are quite good dupes. At least this really reminded me of Hypnose when I first tested it, and now I use this every day. And it's been a while since I've used Lancome Hypnose. This is L'Oreal Lash Architect 4D, so I'll do that. So I'll do that on this side, Lancome on that eye. The bottom lashes as well. So Lancome Hypnose now, and this is in the shade, I think it's just the black. They've got a few blacks. This is a really good mascara actually, but they're both good. Using a pencil eyeliner, and I'll just show you what these look like. They're literally dupes. The slightly more greenish one is MAC Blackline, and that is Metallic Brass by Gosh. They're both black with a touch of gold in them, but Blackline's limited edition of course. Blackline is really amazingly soft, but I really love Metallic Brass. So I'm just going to line the upper lashes with that, and maybe the waterline as well. This is my high-end black line. Just coming out tiny touch. do the waterline. Metallic brass. Do my eyebrows now. Using for the high-end side, I'm going to use Estee Lauder Automatic Brow Pencil, and this shade is soft brown. And for my other side, I'm using a powder. This is a brush I got on eBay, really good. I've not seen them in a while, but I'm sure they're somewhere. They're by a brand called Pupa. They come from, I think, China, and they're real hair. They're really good quality. Using my favourite sleek palette, I'm using that brown, and I use it all the time for my brows. My palette broke, so sorry about that. Going to leave them quite thin. And now the brow pencil, hopefully it should look okay. It's the same colour anyway. Very nice, ashy kind of a brown. Now I really need blusher. I look horrible without blusher, and this is the low end side, again very well loved. It's Berry blusher in Terracotta, and for my high end I'm using Republic in Foreplay. For my low end brush I'm using an e.l.f. brush, again really good brush, and for my high end I'm using a kabuki brush by Bare Minerals. I put it on my chin as well a bit, and just the side of my nose, a bit on my face. And then for high end, Foreplay. Because this needs a bit more of a dense coverage, it's not as bright as the Berry M. But it looks the same when it's on. And again, I bring that a bit towards my chin, nose, face a bit. Hopefully you can see that. I'm going to powder my face as well. This is my high-end Guerlain Meteorites in, I think it's Turquoise, and this is NYC. Smooth skin. Can't really compete, but I really love smooth skin. And I'm first going to do my under eye concealing actually. So this is brand new from Bare Minerals, and I will be reviewing this very soon. This is the shade Luminous 1, and I've used it once, I quite liked it. I'll be blogging about this. And this is Maybelline Dream Lumi. So I'll do low end first. Comes with a brush applicator. I actually use this brush to smooth it out. Again, it's from that Pupa range that I got from eBay. Just gonna bring that down a bit. Just to pat it down. It's not a bad concealer actually. On the other side I'm using the Bare Essentials one, which I really like. It's a lot easier to control. It's got a really nice brush, kind of flat. So I don't need a brush for this, I'm just gonna use my fingers. It's a lot more pink than the Dream Lumi, which is fairly yellow. It's quite thin, but more light reflective. Yeah, it's really light reflective actually, I really like that. I really like that. It's actually miles better than the Dream Lumi, so a bit of an unfair test. Just see if I can block the light out. Really nice. So yeah, thumbs up so far. I'll be testing out the wear time. So I'm going to use that Kabuki again and the Meteorites for my high-end side. Do that first. The Guerlain brush is the best one to use, but I'm washing that at the moment, so anyway. I like to put it under my eyes as well. It's quite good for that. That's that side. The e.l.f. brush again for my powder, which I use all the time. I like to put powder on top of the blush because it tones it down a bit. And I like to put that under my concealer as well. This is a really good brush for being able to squeeze it and just using it around your nose, under your eyes. Really, really nice brush. If you don't have it, definitely look into it. Highlight as well. I'm using the No7, again I've broken it. It's the No7 limited edition now, I'm afraid, but I absolutely love this. It's one of my favourite highlighters and it's called Natural Radiance Highlighter. So put that on my high point of my low end face. Just a bit. It's really reflective, and using my finger and just putting that in the corner of my eye just to brighten that side up. And again with my finger just under the arch. For the high end I'm using good old MAC Vanilla. I don't know if MAC counts as high end, but I'm counting as high end. And I'll use my Kabuki. Just take a bit from the lid. Just literally use a bit from the inside. It's really shimmery. Put some down that side of my nose. Might need to put a bit more of the No7 because the MAC is just so shimmery that it's taking me over. So I'll put a whole load. It's just like vanilla pigment, except I prefer it. Oh, and I'm going to put some vanilla pigment inside my eye as well, using my finger. A bit on the high point. Again, I'm not sure this is low end, I think it is. It's Jemma Kidd. I'm using her lip liner in Almond, and I'm using Jane Iredale for the high end, and for the low end I'm using a Topshop lip polish in Iced Coffee and Illamasqua Intimacy lip gloss. And now do my low end lip side first. I'm just using my finger. These lip polishes are really nice actually. I'm not sure about these new brushes they brought out. This is actually a really different colour. It's actually a totally different colour. Not sure about that because it's a totally different colour. For the high end, I'm actually going to use Guerlinade. Just putting that on top of the Illamasqua. Well, it will have to do. It's a bit more peachy than the Topshop one, but I think it's okay. So in conclusion, that is what the eyes look like. I think I prefer the high end because the Plumage by MAC just has more depth than that blue from the Showy duo. That's the look. The lips are a completely different colour, but I think the eyes are passable. I think the high-end one is nicer though, but yeah. Overall, I don't think if I go out like this, which I'm not 100% sure that I will, I might even it out a little bit, but I don't think anyone would really know, so sorry about the window, I'm trying to block out the light. Let me know what you think, and also by all means try and do it yourself. I'm sure you'll do a much better job.